Starting up in just 90 seconds. Let's go, everybody. It's March. It's time to get back to the charts. Hit the like, subscribe, share out the stream. Let's hype it up. It's about to get Marchy. Marchy. Music way too low, gang. What's up, everybody? What up, what up, what up? It is Monday, and we are in a new month. February is behind us, thank God, and now we have March ahead. Big stuff. March, not going to disappoint. That's what I'll say, not going to disappoint. We're going to go through what the easy trades are in March, and I have a feeling they're probably going to revolve around metals. I think overall, just general for markets, I think we see some green. I know you might be having a little deja vu. I have said that before. I think we're going to see a little green, and I think that green will likely be the bounce into April, where we see the rollover into Q2, and we see more selling. That's really kind of where I'm at right now. The world continues its absolute madness streak. Geopolitical tensions high, uncertainty pretty high. Data today. ISM manufacturing up above forecast. CryptoCraft says that this is good for crypto. It's just an economic kind of indicator for manufacturing. It's a good sign. I don't know how that's really good or bad for crypto necessarily. Not a lot else here. Apparently Trump spoke earlier today. Did anybody catch that? You'll have to let me know, chat. Anybody catch that speech? It may be going on still. It says 11 a.m. I mean, he still may be talking. Might be competing with Trump's speech at the moment. But if you guys watched it, I assume he would be talking about Iran. Let me know. Iran's leader, I guess, was killed over the weekend. And as typically when fascist regime leaders are taken down, people celebrated. I want to remind everybody that war is terrible regardless. I've always said this about any conflict. My prayers, my good energy goes out to everybody out there. People caught in the middle of this, even people on either side. I hope you guys stay safe. That's, at the end of the day, the most important thing. Tomorrow, nothing going on. Wednesday, ISM Services PMI, non-farm payroll change. This is going to be, I think this is going to be a big one. We're going to see some interesting numbers here for non-farm payroll changes. Unemployment claims in on Thursday. U.S. hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, core retail sales. Friday going to be the big day-to-day of this week. We do have an FOMC. I know. Aren't you excited? It seems Friday this week and then Friday next week, the big data dump days. Actually, next week is just chock full of data. Core CPI, year-over-year, trade balance, unemployment again. Core PCE, prelim. Dude, next week is all of the data right into the middle of March. Beware the Ides of March. Shakespeare wrote, I don't really know why he wrote that. Maybe dude was afraid of spring or something. Here it is. Wednesday the 18th, we will have the FOMC. We didn't get one in February. And in March, this will be the second to last FOMC with Chirpow ever. Moment of silence. He's too good. He's too good for this world. He will have March's FOMC and then April's, and then he is gone, and we'll have a new Chir. We'll have a Chir something else, I don't know. But March is going to be packed with data, as it is the last month in the first quarter. We're going to kind of get everything in line here data-wise just to wrap up Q1. And that's why I think there is a good possibility, at least in crypto, to see some upside here. We have seen only downside so far in 2026. Oops, wrong chart. I think it's primed for a little, at least a little bit. Come on, a little bit upside, a little bit of reversal. Today's candle up 5%. That's relatively large for what we've seen over the last few weeks here. Bitcoin actually not really the most interesting chart at the moment. Now, really quick, something good did happen over this weekend. On Friday, we were talking about a very hopium potential break from the pattern we've been seeing that may signal a bullish move coming. That did hold. The only thing we needed to see was our low hold, and it did. We painted a higher low here, into Saturday, and we have climbed back up. So this is actually potentially shaping up to play out this way. I'm excited for that. That's good. We saw the fake break to the downside, a higher low, and now the mirrored thing flopped down, flipped it and reversed it pattern, looking at about 74K potentially. We're going to keep following that. But we're going to go to higher time frames and such, but let's look at maybe the more interesting charts. So we were talking about Jane Street all last week. Seems like Jane Street maybe wasn't that important. I don't know. Maybe the charts always know. It seems like maybe those Jane Street sellers now selling silver. Silver opening to some red here after closing pretty strong on Friday. Closed above 92, I believe. Closed above 92. That's where we were looking. We have a higher high. So far, we have held the low from Thursday, but that's actually not great, and I'll tell you why. While you have put on a higher low or a higher high, that's awesome. That's what we needed to be bullish on silver. Trading back below is really not the vibe that you want to see if you want to continue longing this into March, in my opinion. Now, the trade at 92 is still open, still on, still may play out. But when we compare silver to gold, this is where we start to see that weakness again. Since its sell-off in February, gold has performed better than silver pretty much day over day. Pretty much day over day. The structure was better. We were looking for the upside move. We got it. We backtested 5,100, and now here we are at 54. Yes, we've sold off as well. Both gold and silver sold off today, but gold selling off from at least resistance, finding that higher resistance, bidders pushing price up, and profit taking coming in right around where you'd expect. I'm pretty sure this is from the day. There it is. Simple, clean, easy, right? Gold Baroque 5,100, the flat top pattern that it was painting, nice and bullish. We were looking for an upside move. We got it. A clean pullback, and now right back to resistance. This is the highest daily resistance that exists. That's not the wick you want to close with. It would be nice to see gold get a little fire under it in the next 3.5 hours, 4 hours before daily close. And if not, I mean, you're probably looking at the most conservative number, like 5,200, the previous daily opens, maybe tested as local support here before retesting 54. At the worst, we may see, well, I shouldn't say at the worst, but I'd say in the not quite as nice scenario, 5,100 may be on the table again if we see metals continue to sell off into this week. It's kind of counterintuitive. You wouldn't expect metals to be performing weekly today into this new month. Something's going on, or maybe markets just don't make any sense anymore. That could be it as well. But finding resistance, at least moving down from this level, I would say, while you can trade lower than 5,100 and still remain bullish, this is about as far as I'd like to see it move down. I think you start to really telegraph weakness if you see trading too much lower than 5,100. You start to break the structure. We had talked about a move maybe like this, right? Where we paint just a bigger version of the price action we saw off of the low, where we retest our high, our lows continue to come up, and we eventually break to the upside, looking for new all-time highs. Still on the table. Still on the table. I didn't really expect a break at 5,400, though I probably should have. I'm not sure why I wasn't looking there. I think I was blinded by the bullishness that is gold lately. Let's zoom out. We'll start with gold. I got my alert set. Let's go. What's up, Civilian 49? You're a power bottom. I'm really happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm sure everyone else around you is proud of you. I'm proud of you for pursuing your happiness. Gold on the month, closing beautifully. So here is why I said I don't really expect selling early in March. Maybe this is misguided. You guys let me know how you're feeling. This close in February, after selling off so intensely, could not have closed any more beautifully. The low and bottom wick of the entire month absorbed by buyers, pushed back into a green month above 4,900 and closed all the way up at 52.79. So what we see here is a long bottom wick with a green thick body. This is a bullish hammer, and I can't find too many recent examples of this candle, but it is just a textbook bullish close on a month that has a swing low. Buyers are not allowing price to remain low into the end of the month, and you don't see this. It's interesting. I'm uncomfortable not seeing this hammer in recent price action. I think maybe this is the closest candle to the hammer that we saw. We had continuation for another 2 months after. This is maybe another example. These ones though they're not really clean. They're not really they're not beautiful like this one. But that is a signal that the market's looking for higher if I've ever seen one. When it comes to a monthly close, it's brilliant. It's beautiful. Momentum on MACD, which we rarely check, continues to climb even into this March open. Yeah, let me flip over to the gold chart. Where is this bad boy? Gold continues to climb. Silver. So we're gonna flip over to the gold chart, but really quick, gold versus silver. You can see in the last week, gold is put on ground against silver here. Or actually, is this just today? Let's go to the day. I'm still looking for gold's valuation versus silver to trade higher. It projected harder than I expected here at the 67 to gold to silver 67 ratio. Has held the low. I do think this is going to continue higher. Now, I'm not looking for all-time highs or something for gold against silver, but I think that gold has a little bit more reversion to do, a little bit more moving back to the equilibrium. A lot of this chart, or virtually all this chart, has been trading a little bit higher on this pair, in the 80s, I'll say, for most of the last few decades. And this move down that we saw during the explosive rally of silver to 122 brought us exactly to the historical overvaluation of silver versus gold trend. We bounced there, and I really don't see a path. I don't see a path for silver continuing to gain value against gold without a move back to, let's say, resistance, back to this zone, right? We had a really inefficient fall, and on these pairs, we tend to see that efficiency filled in. And then if silver is going for some kind of mega move, maybe we see a break of that trend line and a move lower. If this does break, if gold and silver does see a break of this trend line, we may see silver just go parabolic versus gold, like crazily. We'll see. But I wanted to look at the gold chart, not the ag chart, because there's not a lot of it. Let's zoom out. It's been a little bit. Perhaps it's good to remember where we've come from here on gold. We continually look for upside, higher targets, and maybe zooming out is the correct move here, right? We can get caught up in the upside move. This has been kind of no brakes, all gas. Since gold, let's say September of 22, since the bear market bottom 4 years ago. Gold has pretty much just moved up. Now, it's taken its time. It is gold. But it's moved 250% from that low and just in one direction. We've seen very little sideways, very little pullback movement. There's been some, more than other things, but not a ton. And it's important to remember that what goes up comes back down. I'm not looking for gold to trade back down here or something. Not looking even necessarily for it to trade, I don't know, below the previous all-time high at 1900, but we are really up there. There may be more upside coming, but these statements are always dangerous. Let me flip these. These statements are always dangerous, but you know what? Realistically, how much higher can gold go? I don't know. Maybe it can double again, hit 10,000. That might be a little bit too much to ask even. So the zooming out, the viewing of the bigger time frame, the bigger picture is important here to remember that you got to lock in profits on something along the way. It doesn't mean you have to be out of gold, but you have spent a lot of time moving up. There might be some more upside, but it's certainly not like infinite. You know, gold is a, I don't think there's a reality where gold is at like 50,000 or something, right, in the next few years. I think that it is likely consumed most of its upward move already, and probably going to look for a probably shorter period than this, but some kind of retracement, some kind of distribution move, right? Something. Just keep it in perspective. This is a hella bullish little setup, though. I like that. Pretty much everything remains the same on gold, especially with this little green candle we're working on. All of the oscillators, all of our indicators looking for higher, and probably all the traders looking for higher. Ooh, it's toasty in here again. Break of all-time high. I think we're going to see at least a retest of all-time high here in March at 5,600. Probably higher. If it's broken, looking up in the 6,500 range from this point, that would be another 22%. That's a pretty big month actually for gold, but that's seems like par for the course at this point. Gold just keeps ripping. Just keeps on going. We have a poll going in the chat. March will be bullish, crabbish, or bearish. Appreciate if you could vote. Also, everybody out there, take a moment, make sure you've liked the stream, subscribe to join us. We're here daily for 7 years covering whatever's moving in markets. I'm a big Bitcoin guy, but whatever charts are spicy, you know, I like to follow. We do live trades, live analysis. We don't hide our receipts. Let's see, we don't shill stuff. We don't scam you. We've been doing this forever. So if you're new, join us. Hit the subscribe button. What was I doing on gold? I'm gonna get through gold and then like crack at silver, and then we'll hit the chat. Moving averages just right around price. What do we got? What do we got here actually? I haven't thrown Ichimoku Cloud on gold in quite some time. Let's see what this looks like. We actually have some pretty cool Ichimoku Cloud signals in crypto that we're gonna go over in this episode. Wow. Wow. Okay. Pretty nice here. Getting an upward cross above the cloud on gold while we're already in this beautiful structure. I mean, the daily is signaling higher here with that. Absolutely. You can see last time this happened is back in November of 25. Price honestly looked pretty similar to what we see happening right here structurally. We had an all-time high that pulled back. We had some sideways trading before inevitably it broke out to higher highs, and that was all front run by this exact signal we're seeing on gold right here. The cross up above the cloud. Now we're doing a very similar dance. We got the cross up back in February on Sunday, and we're cruising. I'm jealous of this chart. Been jealous of metal charts for a while. About weekly, nothing. And month is going to be just nowhere. Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of crazy. Last week's month, that wick, the sell-off in February brought you right to the TK on the monthly Ichimoku Cloud. That's pretty bonkers. That's pretty bonkers. I don't know if the music's too loud. I don't have it very loud on my mic. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit. Back to highs. I mean, what else do we say here? Gold's looking like it's gonna have a strong March. It's looking good. Okay. Hold it here. Okay. All right. Pull up some silver. We're gonna look at silver here. Bitcoin is waiting for us, so we can thankfully kind of chill there. I thought maybe that would be wild. Bitcoin trading down and sideways after a little pump this morning. We're gonna do silver next. Let me pull up the chat. Music sounds great. Truly sounds like Bitcoin. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Pickle? What's up, Dom? Opposite of Pickle. Music volume was good, so now it's bad. I got you. Turn it back up. 10K gold at some point? I mean, it's certainly possible, right? My bigger picture there, talking about gold, is we've been so bullish. Everyone's been so bullish on gold now for months, and months, maybe years. And it gets really easy to kind of just have a one-sided mind on the trade of like long. And long is certainly what I think is trade right now too. But the bigger picture is zooming out. We've had so much upside. It has moved up very consistently. Gold, I still think, has all-time highs that come. But realistically, in your mind, you know, we get this habit in trading and investing of value just running away. You see something go up, you get a little euphoric, you get a little manic, you get a little dopamine, and your brain is like, well, this could just keep going forever, right? You know, just infinity. And infinity just never really comes. And my point was, think realistically, and maybe it's not 10,000 for you. I think 10,000 is a good number, but realistically, how much higher do you think gold can go? And this can be a dangerous practice because it doesn't really matter how high we think it can go, right? Markets do what they do. But even if gold were to 2x, and this is my point, is even if it were to double again, that's probably about as much upside as you're going to get, and there's no guarantee that will come. I think it's much more logical or much more probable that gold tops out somewhere before then, and at least has, you know, some kind of cyclical market phase of sideways and down and bear market, like everything does, right? Nothing continues up forever. And I'm not saying to be bearish on gold. I'm just trying to reinforce that bigger zoomed out picture that all good things come to an end at some point. We may not be at the end of the line, but you need to have your head and your eyes looking towards that end of the line, to have a plan, to have something set up, to not just sit back and round trip everything like we've seen. I've done, you've done, everybody's done many times in the past. Just smacked my microphone. Cool. What's up, Randy? You had a wild morning. What was wild about it? I saw your VVV chart did break up. We're gonna do silver next for those of you tuning in. Ooh, just had a big swing of viewers. We're gonna do silver. Just seeing who's here on the live stream today. If you're here, could you say hello? Say what's up. Let me know you're here. Let me know what you want to look at. What are you watching today? I think gold and silver are what's up to watch. I think there is a play actually on Ethereum that we're gonna look at after we get through silver. There's a few other charts. MicroStrategy broke to a higher high today with Bitcoin's movement, which is actually kind of interesting, not gonna lie. Probably some spice here coming. Ethereum definitely have a little something for you. We're gonna do silvers first. Top of the afternoon, top of wherever you are, whatever time it is. DJ Mac, how you doing, bro? What's up, Amajad? I'm sorry, what was it that you wanted me to look at? H-bar on Friday. Hope your trade didn't go too bad. What's up, CBK, Wahoo, Charmander, Civilian X, still here being a power bottom. Good for you, brother. Craig Bowen, Crypto Stevo, Dino Mike Dom, Dylan, Gorgly. I don't know if I butchered that. Ebabood, Edward, EJCP, Everlasting Duty, Foxy, Throwny, my guy. Grayson, Jeffrey. TKL, Toddler. I don't even know what that name means, my friend. Katoino, Last Born, Martin Hadra, Roblox. We got some Roblox fans here. What's up, Memo Penikiok? Miller 86, Nasty Nate, Nimoy, Quicker, Pooski, Randy Seabass, Texhex, Pickle, Tom G's. What's up, dude? I don't know how to pronounce their name, but you're here in the lobby. XIJZDIX. How you doing, bro? I don't know how you pronounce that. What up, boys? Love you, sir. Thank you. Love you back. Where's Foxy? Everywhere. King Peasant. For some reason, your name didn't show up on the list. Interesting day. What's up, Derek Merrill? How are you, brother? What's interesting? Tom, let's shit talk all you want on this channel. I let you shit talk, so at least you can do is hit the like button. I agree. Cost you nothing. It's free. Good March, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping it's a good March. I do have I do have some high hopes that we see some green here in the crypto space for March. This is a very low res, blurry, month by month. I don't know. I just copied it off Twitter. Someone had it up. I don't know what I guess these are streaks maybe of red and green. We do have some very, very red months. We have now closed 5 red months in a row. It looks like this chart's pointing out the last time that happened. Looks like 6 is the longest spree. That was 2018 into 19. Was the longest spree. So if we close March red, oh god, we'll have tied the longest red quarter spree in Bitcoin history. Good news, or the hopium, is after that spree ended, as all good things do, we had a 5 month green spree. So maybe that's coming. That'd be very cool. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Let's see, March. March has been, looks like a kind of a red month in general for the Bitcoin. I don't think this is really a good practice though, to look at the months and be like, oh, they're green months or they're red months. I almost feel like it's more likely that, you know, let's say March has been historically green. I almost feel like it's more likely at this point that the opposite is going to happen. So like if it's been more consistently green, it's going to be red. People were saying that all about February. February had been a very historically green month. We closed 15% down. I think that these kind of trends, these analysis of months this way, it's something to do. It has some kind of value. It's not BS, but the sample size is just not very large. The data isn't there. You know, you only have price going back to like 2010 or whatever. Times 12, that's only 120 data points, and there's only like 10, 15 data points for each month. It's not enough to have some kind of meaningful statistic or average. I think the more people pay attention to these and the more kind of hope and thought we put into it, the more likely it is to play out the other way. Markets are lame like that. Markets suck like that. This cycle is way different. Nothing about this Bitcoin cycle has been very similar. So I think expecting similar things is a bad bet maybe. What's up, Lastborn? Bad streak. Morning, Ahu, Bud, Mod, Sweet. What's up, brother? Group hug. We do need group hugs. I hope you're having a great day, Jameer. I'm having an alright day. What's up, Papa Chuck? Hello from Kenya. What's up, Orlando? Times like these give you FOMO. You can just say X, I'll say X. FOMO for what? What are we FOMOing? What are you feeling the FOMO on? Let me know in chat. What is something you're feeling FOMO? What are you feeling FOMO on? Interesting. Gold and silver right next to each other. We saw the gold silver chart was showing a little bit of gold strength. Here we go. Silver in a red month. This is really a continued vibe from last month. You know, gold or metals would move up and silver would just lag behind gold. Gold would perhaps be green on the week and silver would be red, or on the day, and silver just lagging behind. Absolute lagging behind. What did gold move in 2025? 100%. Bro. 300%. This is something to keep in perspective as well. You know, we're talking about the bigger picture on gold, bigger picture on silver. Silver moved 300% in 2025. It's now down meaningfully from that high. And while silver can certainly still trade higher and break all-time highs, you got to keep this in perspective. You got to keep it in perspective, man. That is massive. That is a massive gain. Wow. That's kind of silly. Rare Jess sighting. Whoa, Jess is here. Jess, where have you been? Where have you been, darling? Just kidding. You're always welcome here. You're always welcome to take breaks from here. I feel you. I'm envious. Jealous of the breaks. Reenzers came to the stream after half or more. I've changed so much. So much look-wise unrecognizable. I'm not recognizable? Well, I mean, my hair's a little weird today. It's a little puffy. I gotta get a haircut. Man. Now am I more recognizable? You should wear the glasses again. Yeah, deep liquidity pools. This is another trapsy bass. On corn? Probably. FOMO on the V's. I mean, V's did. We'll look at V's then. Not yet, but we'll look at it. Yeah, look at it. I got the alerts. Look, it got the breaks out. Silver closed at 93, so cemented that kind of low 90 resistance. We'll throw this on the chart. It has not moved back to the previous month's open at 85.7. Not quite yet. Closed up. Silver does have problems, man. It takes one step forward and two steps back. So breaking 92 was great. It was a great first step to regaining an uptrend, to continuing to be bullish. I'm not loving where it happened to close, right? Not loving where it happened to close. I'm not liking this reversal back down. Silver struggled with strength after the sell-off. We saw lower highs and lower lows. This high is a great first step, but man, what's going on here? What is happening? What do we got? Right back to yesterday's open. That doesn't look good. That looks kind of looks like a rejection. We're gonna have to see where silver ends up today. Even back to yesterday's open. Obviously traded lower here. I wouldn't say this is cooked or anything, but silver's just been noticeably weaker than gold. You didn't have as clean structure. You didn't get the clean breakout. You didn't get the clean back test. Silver, other than that 92 entry, I think might be no trade for me right now. On lower time frames, you are holding on to your low. It's not a lower high yet. It is still, I know, it is still an uptrend for now. As long as it can hold, this low here of today, I think that someone could scalp that. Basically stop loss at the low, back to 92.20. It's not a huge move. 3-4%, that could be done. Put this in context, gold broke out, back tested, and then moved up to its next resistance, moved up to the equivalent of like 103 on silver. Could not pull it off here. It just keeps happening. I don't know. It's not a good sign. What are all these friggin' things I have on here? Okay. Not a great sign, actually. See like a broadening pattern here. Your highs are coming up. Your lows are holding, maybe. I don't like that. It's really surprising to me, actually, that it lost 92. Jess. What did Jess say? What did Jess say? Jess, what did you say? Let me find it. Foxy, you've got this. What do you got, Foxy? Do it. I don't know what it is, but I'm encouraging you. Ooh, it's inspiring to you to quit vaping. I still haven't vaped. It's been over a year. It's been maybe a year and a quarter now. My best advice to you, for anybody looking to vape, quit vaping. Alan Carr's easy way to quit vaping. It's just like hypnosis. It's like audio track. Get it on Audible. Just listen to it, as an audio tape. Don't read it as a book. It's like nothing. It's content that I never would usually consume and like kind of reject. I don't like it. I don't like when I feel like something's trying to influence me and it feels that way. It feels a little culty. Feels a little, kind of like just like BS, right? But if you listen to it and just accept that you want, I want to quit, and so I'm just going to lean into this. I'm just gonna try to hypnotize myself, right? I think it really works. It helped me. I never thought that I could wake up in the morning and not think about my vape. or go to bed at night and not think about my vape, or like just at any time. Go out with friends and they're vaping and they're like, hey, do you want to hit? I'm like, no, I'm good. Like there's quitting through willpower. I mean, I don't know, like you just don't do it and like you're angry about it and you're miserable because you're denying yourself this thing. And then there's quitting where you're just done with it, where you reframe the way you see it in your brain. You reframe kind of the rituals behind it and the dopamine process, and you're done. It never brought me any good in my life. Never made me even feel good, you know what I mean, if you vape. And it just took for me. It made me feel like crap. It inconvenienced me. It cost me money. It ruined a bunch of my clothes with the oils, and it's a gross habit. No judgments though. If you're out there and you're vaping or smoking, no judgments. You know, I feel you. I did it for like 10 years, but you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. In about a year, I stopped vaping and started bulking. All right, Nimoy. All right, buddy. I'll let it go. Love you, Tom. Love you, Tom. Thank you, Jess. I love you. Let me search what you said. What did she say? What is she doing? Where's she been? Love you guys. Just pop in and say hi. Maybe I missed it. Music. Love you too, darling. 3 years off the vape, Zach. Hell yeah. Hells yeah, dude. Taught me a lot about addiction, quitting vaping. Addiction is not what I thought it is. Addiction is definitely a disease. Like, it's not a sickness in the same way, but it's like, it's not willpower. It's not, are you a strong person or a weak person or a bad person or a good person? It's your brain creates the addiction process. All addiction is here. That doesn't mean it's easy to get rid of, but it's all right here. And it's all the same thing. It's all just your body will seek out dopamine. When you do certain things, especially addictive things, your body rewires to give you dopamine for those things. And then it stops giving you dopamine for other things. And you get to a point where you can just quit, right? Just stop doing it. But then you're starving yourself of dopamine. And that is just like universally one of the most difficult things we deal with, right? If you guys ever heard, there's like studies with mice where they put implants in their brain, and like basically when they step on a button, the implant stimulates whatever and it releases dopamine. And though every single time you do this to a rat, it dies on the button. It just dies on the button because it stops eating, it stops drinking. All it does is want to hit the button. And that's what like triggers me when people are like, just quit, just stop doing it. It's like, bro, literally, if you were to do the same process with yourself as a human and put this in your brain and have a button, you would starve yourself to death pushing that button. Like, addiction is not simple. It's not simple. It's not a choice. If it was a choice, nobody would be addicted to anything. Anyway, I'm going on too long. 88, it's important to hold on silver. Where are we at? This low. So I was saying earlier, you might even be able to just rip along. Now, this is for like a scalp. I'm not going to do this. You rip along and say, okay, you know, you lose this low, or even you retest 85 and this long is not a good long. I would personally just target right back to support that I thought was going to hold. As always, you know, we put this scalp long position to take profit at 92.2. Well, we can look at it the other way and say, well, we go reverse the position. We could look to short at 92.2. Where I would take profit, I feel like this short, scalping wise, you would just target a risk to reward, like, I don't know, 1-to-1. But if you weren't looking for a scalp, I don't even know, because at this point, it's like, if you don't hold this structure, silver is going to definitely be looking at like high 70s. You have a little gap here, like a little void, but you go down to the 70s, and then things aren't looking quite as good. Honestly, I think I'd rather long gold. I think gold is is regaining in that pair. I know everybody wants to long silver though. Still could. Do you like to move it? I like to move it. Everybody. We're gonna do Bitcoin next, and then we're gonna look at some others under the radar. God, silver's so bullish. Why can't you just be like silver right now, Bitcoin? Just be like silver. Or not like silver. Be like gold. Don't be like silver. Be like gold. You know? I think that's where we leave it. I don't have anything really new to say on silver. It's like this week needs to trade up. You cannot reverse here because this is again just going to be a lower high. You need a test of 103. I won't say that you need it this week, but you'd be better off with it this week. If you fail to rally, yeah, like 78, 77, down here at these weekly closes, that's what you got. And it doesn't look good down here. Like, you can play this game, continue it out, draw it out, look like gold eventually. But I would just get nervous down here. This looks gross. We're in a fresh week. It is way too early to count this candle as cooked already. But like, I don't like that. I don't like the lower high potential, especially how it reacted off the sell-off. It seems like whenever this does end, it's probably going to end with a lower high. Same way as moving down here. That's just the vibe I get. What's up, my friend? What's up, bass music Tbilisi? What's up, my guy? CB Roney. Just super chatted 2 of our Canadian bucks. Thank you. Thank you for your Canadian bucks, your maple syrup coins. Canada should just migrate to, they should get rid of their Canadian dollars and they should do like maple syrup coins. I think it could be backed by maple syrup. It could be even pegged to the maple syrup. Consider it. Kaleidoscopes subscribed. Charmander, what's up, darling? Became a member. I appreciate you. Javier Villaroyal subscribed as well. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet or hit the like button, do it. Do it now. Maple coins. Maple coin. Now someone's going to open up Maple coins on Pump Fund. Blame me. Crypto coins investor. What's up, man? What do I think of 𝐢𝐿? What's 𝐢𝐿? Just sold your home for 10 Bitcoin. Nice. Yeah, nice house then, or you did. Do I have 𝐢𝐿? What is 𝐢𝐿? We gotta do Bitcoin next. 𝐢𝐿 sounds like Counter-Strike. 𝐢𝐿 for some reason. I like to move it. I like to move it. 𝐢𝐿. Gold mining. Probably take a look at it. TradFi is not my jam. I've always kind of wondered why people invest in like the alternatives, right? Like if gold is rallying, I get that if the price of gold goes up, then the gold industry, gold mining, should be more valuable. But do people think it's generally a good bet that it will have more volatility, right? I don't know. Let's go. Maybe we'll take a look at this. Let me do the corn. Oh, corn. How you hurt me so. I don't ever look at the 4-month chart. I accidentally put on the 4-month chart right here. 4-month chart's kind of cool. Maybe I need the hopium of the 4-month chart more often. The 4-month chart actually gives some rhyme and reason to our low in February, which we were really struggling to find. On the 4-month chart, whatever this is, we have a bullish order block here right above previous resistance. That was the all-time high of 21. A nice little order block, expansive move up, and all right. I mean, found support there and bounced. We still have 2 months here in this 4-month candle. I don't know if I've ever looked at them, but I'll take the hopium here. I like these progressive moves. The 4-month chart could be suggesting more that in May, maybe we'll June, July, August, something like that. We may look to come back up into the hundreds range. This is pretty inefficient. Keep your eyes peeled on that 4-month chart. The chart I've never purposely looked at. All right, let's go to the quarter. To the quarter. 1 month to go. 1 month remains. We are at 69,000. Nice. Very nice. the number nicer than the chart. 21% down on the year. This quarter also represents the 2026 candle. 1 month to go. Opened at 87.6. Now down 69. Nice. We wrapped up February for the 5th month in a row. Closed red. Nice, I guess. Bitcoin very rarely does this. In fact, we talked about it earlier. The only time it's had a longer string of red months was back here. August of 18 into Jan of 19. 6 red candles in a row. It's the longest streak. These ones feel much worse. These ones are much worse candles. 4%, 17%, 3%, 10%. February closing 14% down, almost 15% down. Man, back to February's open, 78.7. We're building some kind of divergence, but we've been saying this forever. RSI on the month still higher than the bear market low. To be expected, I suppose. Momentum under the 0 line. Oof. Last time this happened was in May of 22. Not a good look. 200 weeks still untested. Continues. 1, 2. So we've closed 5 red months in a row. We've also closed 6 red weeks in a row. Currently, we are trading a bullish engulf versus last week, but as you can see, these weeklies are kind of weak. You see wicks to the top to this price over the last many weeks. Failure to break through. This week does... I don't know how you can read these oscillators like any other way other than the weekly time frame is looking for a move up. It's like long overdue. Very overextended here on the downside momentum. We have a second peak. Very reliably, we see that at least move back to the 0 line, which results in some kind of reversal. We've been waiting for it forever. Like, waiting and waiting and waiting while the world continues without us. Hopefully this playing out. CME opened. CME opened with a gap, closed it right away. This gap is donezo. 59.9 still sits below us. 79.6 still, man, we've been talking about this for weeks. Still, our CME gap above us remains open. Both of these looking for solid potential short positions, right? 79,000, 84,000, I think both can be played. Price reaches up there. I think they're both solid levels. Longs sit below us. 60K. If I love 60K, we already tapped that. 54.5. And then no gap all the way down to the ETF open, 39,000. My lord, don't bring us there. I'm scared. I'm scared. Something sneaky is going on right now with Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Something a little sneaky. Oh, maybe it's not the weekly. Something sneaky is going on right now with Bitcoin on the Ichimoku cloud on the daily time frame. There we go. This is actually a signal that we're going to look for or look at on Ethereum after this. But Bitcoin doing something really sneaky here. So Ichimoku cloud is, you can think of it kind of as having 2 moving averages, the green and the purple. The green being the shorter moving average, the purple being the longer. And what it's doing here is a little sneaky. So I want to say that, yes. Oh, these haven't quite crossed. It looks like it's lining up to cross without actually painting the cross signal. We see that happen randomly. Basically, when these get really close and they both move sideways, they can cross without getting the indicators cross. We haven't gotten that yet. However, that's a decent short-term upside signal. And when we look to the right, we have a really fat, flat cloud. It's beautiful. That price, 79,000, lines up very, very cleanly with the number we just went over, CME, 79,000 gap. This is a magnetic part of the chart, magnetic price, basically. The fatter the cloud gets, the more magnetic it becomes. Very consistently, you'll see price return to these fat clouds, especially as they're getting larger. I think March is the time. I think we move up here and we see what the hell happens at 79. We have untested resistance from our support in November. I think we're going for it. RSI really slowly climbing. I do like to see this as a good sign. Higher highs and higher lows in RSI, moving away from oversold. Other indicators don't look quite as good, but they do. I think the day out into the weekly time frame is all looking for hopefully a long-lived but probably a short-lived relief rally. It's all the same. Bitcoin, just make a move, man. Make a move. RSI on the week traded all the way down to the bear market low. Dipped into oversold. Kind of crazy if you think about it. Well, it wasn't a good example because it didn't actually get the signal. This is Ethereum. And this is what I was just talking about. Ethereum actually arguably ahead. Maybe this is going to be a fake out signal. Maybe we're not going to get it. But on the day, Ethereum did get the cross. And it also has this juicy fat cloud above it at 2,500. I like this. I like this trade. I've not been bullish on Ethereum. I don't know if that is really going to change. I think I'll probably still not be bullish on Ethereum longer term. But I think that there is some kind of trade here. 4 to 1. What do we get? Still a 2 to 1. Basically, the trade looking for the entry is going to be what you make of it, right? But looking to play this upward cross. Now, Ichimoku Cloud, when it gives us this yellow cross up, it is a bullish signal. However, in context, it is a weaker bullish signal. When price is under the cloud, the crosses are kind of magnified bearish. So the cross up under the cloud is a weak bullish signal. But with this flat cloud here, and the cross looking to cement, looking to confirm, I think we see a move to this 2,500 zone. This would be a perfect, pretty much back test of previous support. It would be another lower high. Could still knock this chart right back down. But I think that Ethereum is going to look to sweep liquidity up here. 2,500. 2,500. Not seeing it on everything yet. Fatty up here too. Weekly, even the weekly, you see the TK up there, 2,500. Same bottomy, or at least local bottomy feeling as Bitcoin there on the indicators. Okay. Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin. I was hoping March would open and be like crazy exciting. Maybe it's still coming. But it's not here yet. It's loading. I forgot I was wearing the sunglasses. All right, I'm refresh. Going back to the chat. What's up, boys? Captain Crypto, Tang, Jess, you're still here. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, Jess. Love you, darling. Light Swift Raven, what's up, man? Tom 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐭 Vegas Claw, what's up, brother? Crypto Coins, Amajad. Israel, what's up? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It's weird spam. Okay, Coins Investor looking at US Go. We can still look there. US Go, we can still look over there. Look at the V's. MicroStrategy, maybe. Bitcoin dominance minus Tether is actually rallying here, which is interesting. It's not really rallying on BTCD, but it is minus Tether. 20% today. I think it'll continue. 100. Well, here you go, Coins Investor. So talking about US Go, It went up 25% today. And you're saying all 100% of analysts are saying it's going to 2x, 3x this year. I'm not like the TradFi expert, right? I was even saying as I pulled this up, I've never quite understood why people go into like kind of the derivatives, right? So like gold's rallying and people go into gold mining. And I get that they probably are thinking it's going to have greater volatility and greater gains, almost like kind of like a leveraged gold in a way. I haven't really seen that personally in my experience. My best thing I can relate it to is Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. So when Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin miners have done well in the past, but in general, I don't think that they've outpaced gold. So it's another example in my mind of like, kind of why are people doing this, right? Just like adding in more steps, making it more complicated. Well, this is up 25% today. Damn. 25% today. Does that mean it's good? Does that mean it's good right now? One thing that instantly makes me... One instant red flag is you said 100% of analysts are saying it's going to 2 or 3x by the end of the year. Something about that just makes me think you should short this. As soon as you hear something like that, it's like... that shit, it just like never works out after that. This chart does look pretty cool. It did break all-time high in January of this year. It managed to hold on to its low right there into Feb. Now you're moving back up. Like this looks strong. It looks good. Would I buy this right now? 25% up on the day? No, I would not. This is a juicy little gap right here, 1206. Sometimes trades can be this easy. Something like that. Did break all-time high, so we should do some moon math. To 25. 25, juicy. It has a good setup, right? Like, you can't... There's nothing bearish about this. You have higher lows, higher highs. You broke an all-time high. After that, even though profit takers came in, they didn't push it lower. Like, this is in an uptrend. It does look like it's targeting its all-time high. Gold continues. Obviously, you'd probably look for higher on this. But, man, this gap is a lot to ignore. I don't see any gaps really in its history that it... Right here. One little gap here that it didn't fill. I think jumping into this right now is FOMO. And FOMO is usually punished in markets, is what I'll say. If it breaks 18, which I think is possible, right? 25 is a great target above. You get this from the original high to low. It's the 1618 extension. It's right around your measured move for your more local move. Certainly there's opportunity. I just would not look to rip it long right now. That's my vibe. I don't like trades like that. They don't work out well, typically. I wonder what it is though. Like, so it did hit all-time high and then it didn't really, it just kind of sold off. I wonder why. I just don't know that much about like gold miners and their relation when it comes to price. Like why it's almost like delayed, lagged, like sold off way more consistently than gold and silver. I don't know. I feel like you have better odds with just buying the asset, honestly. You are expecting another Bitcoin retracement to 65. Before we blast through, Weirdly, MicroStrategy. You guys seeing that? Yeah, been looking for $170 on the strategy. We got a nice little bounce. It's actually looking kind of good. I like the timing of it with Bitcoin's move here. MicroStrategy also moving to the upside. I think that's a good signal. Let's see gold. Gold's just refusing. Gold's going back to 5,400. I don't know. Today might not have enough time, but like in this week. I think gold is moving right back to 5,400. I think it's breaking it. I think it's going back to all-time high. Gold is so bully. How'd you get so bully, gold? You stole our bull run. You scammer. I do think MicroStrategy is painting a giant head and shoulders. That move even to 170 is still a giant head and shoulders. Doesn't look good either way. You're gonna have to. You could even go to like 230 on MicroStrategy and you're still cooked. I think it's moving back up. It's primed. It's getting in there. Silver rebounding, gaining a little bit. Looks like this. Where did that go? Looks like too many positions. This little long we placed here back to 92 looks like it's printing. I think that's the play. Gold, you're so nice. Guys in your gold. 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 says, if you're not trading with AI, you're doing it wrong. You know, I don't know. I'm not trading with AI. I have not seen, personally, anecdotally, a good example of AI trading well. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of examples of people trading algorithmically, and over the years, kind of what I've noticed is it's like the same hit rate as trading regular. I don't know. I have not seen AI really do trading successfully yet. Every time I have fed it something, maybe I'm not doing the right stuff. Like it just doesn't seem to give me good feedback. Why is Netflix not stopping? Netflix is moving. Didn't Netflix like crush earnings or something? Sapien chart, what's that? Yeah, Netflix, this is Cloudflare, not Netflix. Not stopping. What are you talking? I mean, Netflix closed up 15%. It's a good close. I don't know about it not stopping though, is it? Nice little gap. You're leaving some gaps down here. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I think it is going to fill these gaps in, but I think it's moving higher first. Touched the 50-week day and then just opened up above it. That's cool. Like at 109, 110. Let's say 107.25 to make it conservative. Looks good. Am I calling for a bear market? BCB saying we're closer to the end of a bear. I mean, we are in a bear market. Am I calling for a bear market? We're in a bear market. I don't know. Are we closer to the end of it? Probably. I mean, we haven't had an all-time high now in like 6 months. Bear market typically like about a year from the previous all-time high. Yeah, I don't know. I would love for the bottom to be in. I just don't have much compelling evidence. Circle's probably cooked. Yeah, I just had Cloudflare accidentally open. And I have to make a chart for it. Just had it accidentally open. And I noticed that too. Maybe I'll look. Oh, I see why. Yeah, I see why that chart was net. Cloudflare's ticker is net. It's not a cup and handle, no. This is not a cup and handle. It could become a cup and handle, but it's not yet. That's recognizing a pattern before it's happened. That's not too bad. I mean, I like this little high, higher low, high, all-time high, pullback, back to that previous high. Let's check this out. Was perfect there. So for like cup and handle, no, it's just like not really. I think like you'd almost want to see like a retest of the all-time high, so you like cup and handle. But you could have like an SR flip here. You could have resistance, right? Pull back, came here, resistance, now support. Could be looking for a move here. I think that it would be, there's crazier ideas right out there in the trading world than just looking for a long year back to the all-time high. It's not the craziest idea. Circle. Wait, what? Multiple people talking about Circle? Circle was like a freaking IPO rug. Let's see. Ooh. Phew. Yep. What a shitter. Boom. Launch. Wow. It's all a scam, bro. It's the stock market. It's all just a scam. Look at this shit. 64. Obvious big old gap here. Great place to look for some kind of play. I don't really want to see it come down there. It's cooked. Breaking that high trend. It's actually kind of cool. 103. 5. You got resistance at like 103. I would expect this to probably take a little breather there, reverse there. Man, this chart was so bearish. This is like, what is this? This is the worst chart ever, right? And then it comes down here. It freaking spends some time right around where it's like its first day of trading, and then gaps up. Like, what is this? What is this scam? Gaps up 50%. I don't know. I wouldn't trust this. I wouldn't trust this chart. This chart feels like it's just trying to like whip liquidity and quit. Like, I don't know. You think this is going back to all-time high? I don't really. We do have a definite low though. We can't put the fib on. Like, look at it upside down. This is such a scam. Like, upside down, look at this. Retest high, higher low, break it, come back down, like the resistance, support, and then this is like the least expected move ever. I don't know why anybody would be looking for that move. Crazy. Change mode to dance. Are we changing the mode to dance? Dance it up. Someone buying Bitcoin calling the stock market a scam. Yeah, I mean, it is a little scammy at times, right? You control the market. If it goes up or down too much, you turn it off. You turn it off on the weekends. I was really calling IPOs a scam. I swear to God, every time I follow an IPO, never bought any, but every time I follow them, they just do this. It's like, and it's just down. Usually it's not even that much upside to begin with. It's just down. Circle's also a crypto stock, so I can doubly call this a scam. Like, what is that? Gibberish. Gibbity gook. I'm looking for like 103, 105. See what happens there. Dude, I was just playing random stuff. Dangerous. I'll turn that off for now. IPOs and meme launches, yeah, they're the same. It's like the same. It really is. It's just like, how much liquidity can we extract out of these people? Coinbase went really high, and then we actually had Coinbase up, and I might actually have have it up. Yeah. Like, this is what I mean. Like, every IPO is this. Ew. Like, I don't know why people buy them. They always go down. It tapped all-time high right back down. I think Coinbase still has a little more upside, but I'm not bully on that. View on silver. Silver is scaring me. Silver is keeping me on the edge of my seat, man. Silver looked so good above 92. It looked so good on Friday's close, and then it opens up and just craps itself. Now it held its low. We're still good on that sense, but this is not the best play. This is not the best structure. Gold over silver right now. I think gold is more bullish than silver at the moment. I do have a little theoretical trade here. Scalp long to 92.20 for silver. It's like a really quick play. I have this weird feeling, though, that silver is going to test this low again. Like something like that. It's a gut feeling. Its recovery is just like less convincing. Like failed bids, and you floated back up, and you're like, okay, good, and then you hit 92, and then you fall right back down. Like, gold is so much better. This whole time it's been better. Like, the whole sell-off, the recovery was stronger. The rally now back to daily resistance, your highest daily resistance, was like perfect. It's like a perfect rally. Right back to 54. Boom. As your daily closes, touched it. It's beautiful. False move Monday, baby. Yeah, a cup of sorry. I'll give that. I'll agree. Said that basically you don't buy the IPO, but good companies you can look to. Maybe you'll extrapolate, like buy the dip, kind of like buy lows on the chart, and look for them to recover. Yeah, I mean, I can agree there. I've always just yelled about the IPO specifically. Like, people get so amped up about these IPOs, and I've only ever seen them shit the bed every time they start trading. And it makes sense. It's like all the people, when they go public and start trading, all the people with shares that couldn't dump into like that liquidity, dump into that liquidity. They take their profit. Goes down. It's just like weird that people buy it pre-IPO, and I don't like what examples of them actually going up. I haven't seen many. I can't even name one. Can't even name one recently. $9933, yeah, baby. Am I? How long have I been live? An hour and a half. It's a chilling day. I thought today would be a little bit more spicy. Yeah, I did. I turned the music off. It started playing random songs, and so if I don't know what it's playing, I can get in trouble. I thought today would be a little spicier. March opening up to green on gold, green on Bitcoin, red on silver. The dollar having a day, actually, and look at this today. Dollar right to trend line resistance. Dollar looks bullish. I hate it. Looks like gold's recovery. You have your low, higher low, retest, higher low, breakout. So dollar probably looking to move back down to that breakout level, then potentially looking for a higher high. I don't know. I have learned not to try to predict what the dollar is going to do in like the mid long term, or I guess midterm, because it just never seems to do it. It always seems to somehow just do something else. But this breakout to trend line resistance, I can see back test here at 98. Hold that, you can continue moving up. It's interesting that the dollar is up and gold is up, right? Kind of an odd combo. NVIDIA had its strongest earnings ever, and it sold off like we said it would. Held a low so far, it's not doomed. But this is just weird price action for all-time high for something that's so valuable and creating so much value. Seems hesitant. Coin, lame. SPX still in the exact same position, hasn't changed. Tether dominance still in a picture perfect bull flag, probably still going to break up. Someone was saying, like, do I think we're in a bear, or like, I don't know, do I call for a bear market? Well, we certainly are in a bear market. We have been. We've had lower highs and lower lows. We're in a downtrend. I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm going to assume it's playing out the same way it's always played out until it deviates. But looking at tether dominance, I would say that we have one more, obviously, could be more than one, but I'd say we have like at least one more leg down. We may move up first, may rebound first, but tether dominance in this flag looks so much like it wants to blast to a new all-time high. Then maybe dick around, top out, do one of these, you know? Actually, this technically ended in a pretty beautiful bull flag too. I'll keep that in notes, but seems like tether dominance wants a new all-time high, and that's going to correlate, if it does, when it does, to a new low on Bitcoin. Hopefully that low would be the bottom, right? Hopefully. DJI is under 50,000, so we've got to reopen the Epstein files. Don't you know? Right. It's actually kind of boring day for price action. It's weird. Thought it would be spicier. I do appreciate you guys tuning in, though. We are live here daily, baby. March is just starting. March is going to be our month. It's going to be a better month than February. It's going to be our month, so you want to make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're subscribed, notifications on. We're live all the time, covering whatever's moving. It's Monday. We've been live an hour and a half. I'm gonna peace out of here. Make sure you join our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Check out the exchange partners in the video description below. BYDFi and Phoenix. Worked with them for years. They're great exchanges if you're looking to trade crypto, metals, whatever. They got some stocks and stuff too. Use my link. Help support the channel. Obviously, it's an affiliate link. You'll get some bonuses in the Discord, some roles, and I will help you if you ever have issues with those exchanges. I'll advocate on your behalf if you've used my link. That's a big value. Tune in at least Wednesday. Maybe we'll be live later. We'll see what happens. Gold's looking very breakoutish. Maybe retesting all-time highs by the end of the week. We'll see. I love you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Happy Monday. Stay safe out there. The world is at war, but we can be at peace. So stay safe.